last-second touchdowns, 2 epic comebacks. These are the 20 craziest NFL moments.
He might go! 99 yards! Touchdown! Unbelievable!
Let's start things off in 1958. The Baltimore Colts squared off against the New York Giants in the NFL Championship game. The contest was an absolute nail-biter, with the Giants holding a small lead late in the fourth quarter. But then, Johnny Unitas, the Colts superstar quarterback, orchestrated an epic 86-yard drive to tie the game in the closing moments. The game went into overtime, and in a stroke of destiny, the Colts emerged as winners, clinching a remarkable 23-17 victory. This legendary clash is remembered as the greatest game ever played. Johnny Unitas sure was a legend. But up next is a player that was so confident that he guaranteed a Super Bowl championship. In 1969, the underdog New York Jets faced off against the powerhouse Baltimore Colts in Super Bowl III. With the odds stacked against them, the Jets, led by their flamboyant quarterback Joe Namath, were determined to prove the world wrong. Just 3 days before the game, Namath guaranteed victory during a public appearance. People thought Joe Namath was completely out of his mind, but it turns out he was just 2 steps ahead playing chess while they played checkers. True to his words, the Jets rallied together and delivered a stunning performance, beating the heavily favored Colts 16-7 in a David versus Goliath tale for the ages. People were stunned by Joe Namath's bold prediction, but this next play had Raiders fans outraged. In a monumental AFC divisional round clash between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Oakland Raiders in 1972, a crazy play happened. Trailing 7-6 with only 22 seconds left on the clock and no timeouts, the Steelers faced 4th and 10 on their own 40-yard line. Quarterback Terry Bradshaw launched a pass to John Fuqua, but it ricocheted off Raiders safety Jack Tatum's helmet. Miraculously, Steelers fullback Franco Harris came out of nowhere to catch the falling ball and sprinted to the end zone for the game-winning touchdown. The outrageous play is famously recognized today as the Immaculate Reception. The Steelers needed a miracle to win that game. But this next team didn't need a miracle, because they were the most perfect football team that ever existed. Under the guidance of head coach Don Shula, the 1972 Miami Dolphins blazed through the regular season with a flawless 14-0 record. Then, the Dolphins continued their dominance in the playoffs, eventually winning Super Bowl VII against the Washington Redskins. Quarterbacks Bob Greasy and Earl Morrall led the charge, supported by the overwhelming duo of Larry Zonka and Mercury Morris in the running game. The defense, known as the no-name defense, stunted opponents all season long and in the playoffs. Many have come close, but the 72 Dolphins stand alone as the only perfect team in NFL history. The 1972 Dolphins go down in history for their greatness, while this next play goes down as one of the biggest blunders the league has ever seen. In 1978, the New York Giants held a 17-12 lead over the Philadelphia Eagles. And with only seconds remaining and the Eagles out of timeouts, the entire stadium expected a routine kneel-down by Giants quarterback Joe Pisarcik to lock up the victory. But in a shocking twist, Pisarcik tried to hand the ball off to Larry Zonka, and the unthinkable happened. The handoff was bamboozled, resulting in a fumble. Then, while the Giants froze like a bunch of stunned chickens, cornerback Herm Edwards swooped in, snatched the loose ball, and ran it back for a heart-stopping 26-yard sprint into the end zone, clinching the game-winning touchdown. This play, known as the Miracle at the Meadowlands, has been immortalized as one of the craziest plays in NFL history. If you found yourself in awe of that crazy miracle, then don't let the excitement end here. Hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more jaw-dropping action. Because let's face it, when it comes to unforgettable moments, we've got them covered, unlike the receiver who got loose in this next crazy moment. In a wild NFC Championship game for the ages in 1982, the Dallas Cowboys clashed with the San Francisco 49ers. With the Cowboys holding a 27-21 lead late in the game, they made a critical mistake, leaving too much time on the clock for 49ers quarterback Joe Montana. Then, Montana put together a masterful 14-play, 83-yard drive. With 58 seconds remaining on a crucial 3rd and 3, San Francisco wide receiver Dwight Clark soared through the air, snatching Montana's 6-yard touchdown pass in the back of the end zone. This play, famously known as the catch, secured a 28-27 victory for the 49ers, marked the end of the Cowboys dynasty, and the beginning of the 49ers legendary era. Some plays are crazy thanks to NFL's heroes. But this next play was crazy because someone failed in the most crucial moment of his entire life. Super Bowl 25 between the Buffalo Bills and the New York Giants in 1991 showcased one of the craziest and most heartbreaking moments in NFL history. Trailing 20-19 with slightly over 2 minutes remaining, Bills quarterback Jim Kelly orchestrated a drive combining scrambles, short passes, and runs. He brought Buffalo to the Giants' 29-yard line, well within field goal range, with 8 seconds remaining on the clock. Bills kicker Scott Norwood stepped forward for a 47-yard game-winning field goal attempt, but the ball sailed agonizingly wide right, missing by less than a yard. The Bills ended up losing the Super Bowl, and Scott Norwood was so humiliated he retired from football to live out his days hiding in a cave from Bills fans. Rumor has it he now looks like this. Damn, I'd hate to be a kicker, but let's be honest, playing any position in the NFL would be incredibly painful. Just check out this next crazy moment. John Elway, at 37 years old, had previously fallen short in his 3 previous Super Bowl appearances. However, Elway's determination knew no bounds in a showdown against the reigning champion Green Bay Packers in Super Bowl 32. With the game tied at 17 in the 3rd quarter, the Broncos faced a crucial 3rd and 6 situation on the Green Bay 12-yard line. Elway, refusing to be denied, took matters into his own hands. As he scrambled for the first down, he encountered 2 closing Packers defenders who delivered a punishing hit. Ouch! Someone get that guy a Tylenol and a teddy bear. But in spite of the nasty collision, Elway's resilience and desire propelled him forward. In a crazy moment that made it seem like the Broncos legend had just gained superhuman powers, he executed a jaw-dropping helicopter spin in midair as he dove for the marker. Fueled by his heroic play, the Broncos found themselves in the end zone moments later, courtesy of Terrell Davis's touchdown. John Elway and the Denver Broncos held on to win one of the craziest Super Bowls of all time, and Elway cemented his legacy as an all-time great NFL quarterback. That hit was truly brutal. But what's even more brutal was the way the Bills were eliminated from the playoffs in the year 2000. In the year 2000, the Tennessee Titans played the Buffalo Bills in a wild AFC wildcard match in Nashville. With 16 seconds on the clock, the Bills' Steve Christie nailed a 41-yard field goal, giving Buffalo a 16-15 lead. But hold your horses. Lorenzo Neal fielded the kickoff, dishing it off to Frank Wycheck, who executed a ridiculous lateral pass to Kevin Dyson. Bursting down the sideline, Dyson sprinted through the Bills' special teams unit for a 75-yard touchdown. The Music City Miracle sealed the Titans' first playoff victory since 1991, but the legality of Wycheck's lateral is still disputed today. That play set the Titans up with an epic Super Bowl opportunity. And Kevin Dyson had another chance to play hero. In a thrilling Super Bowl showdown in the year 2000, the St. Louis Rams faced off against the Tennessee Titans. The Rams took the lead early, but as the second half unfolded, the Titans launched an incredible comeback, erasing a 16-point deficit to tie the game with a mere 2 minutes, 12 seconds left on the clock. Yet, Rams quarterback Kurt Warner seized the moment, connecting with wide receiver Isaac Bruce for a game-changing 73-yard touchdown pass, recapturing the lead. With a final chance to force overtime, the Titans drove to the St. Louis 10-yard line with 6 seconds remaining. However, destiny dealt a cruel blow as Tennessee receiver Kevin Dyson, the same guy who scored the Music City Miracle touchdown, was tackled just 1 agonizing yard short of the end zone on the game's final play. The Rams ended up winning the Super Bowl, and Kevin Dyson's close call reminded us that even being an inch short can leave you wanting more. It's all about the length, folks. It just shows how legacies are built off these make-or-break moments that could have gone either way. In fact, Brady's legacy began thanks to a peculiar rule change that the NFL made just before he began playing for the Patriots. In a crazy game that would forever change the course of the New England Patriots' destiny, the tuck rule made its presence known during the 2001 AFC playoffs matchup against the Oakland Raiders. In a snowy spectacle at Foxborough Stadium, with less than 2 minutes remaining and the Raiders holding a 3-point lead, Charles Woodson stripped Tom Brady of the football, which was recovered by Oakland. The game appeared to be over. However, upon replay review, a relatively new rule called the tuck rule, introduced in 1999, was invoked. It deemed Brady's arm movement as a tuck, granting the Patriots possession. And the rest was history. A young Tom Brady imposed his will on the Raiders, forcing overtime and eventually winning the game. It paved the way for the legendary Brady-Belichick era in New England, marked by 6 Super Bowl championships. In this next crazy moment, no rule was going to stop this all-time great kick returner because he could flat out fly. Devin Hester was shattering records as a returner in his heyday, and his electrifying play in Super Bowl 41 was absolutely crazy. As a rookie on the Chicago Bears, Hester dashed 92 yards off the opening kickoff for a touchdown. The Colts players were left in the dust, searching for their lost underwear on the field. Although the Bears ultimately fell short with a 29-17 loss to the Colts, but Hester's opening touchdown still goes down in history as an all-time crazy play. Speaking of all-time crazy plays, in the closing minutes of Super Bowl 42, one of the craziest plays of all time occurred: the helmet catch. The New England Patriots were huge favorites, holding a perfect record going into the Super Bowl. They had just taken a 14-10 lead with a mere 2 minutes 42 seconds left on the clock. The New York Giants, who were huge underdogs, faced a daunting 3rd and 5 from their own 44-yard line with just 1 minute 15 seconds remaining. Giants quarterback Eli Manning wasn't known for his elusiveness, danced multiple Patriots rushers before unleashing a desperate pass downfield. Somehow, against all the odds, wide receiver David Tyree leaped up and caught the ball. Yet, it was no ordinary catch. In an extraordinary display of athleticism, Tyree defied gravity, securing the football against his helmet. The miraculous 32-yard reception positioned the Giants for a game-winning touchdown. And Tyree's unlikely play gave the Giants a 17-14 win, in turn destroying the New England Patriots' perfect season. David Tyree was remarkable because he barely caught the ball all season. In fact, Ty only had 4 receptions all season before the Super Bowl. Can you believe that? This next crazy play was made by a star receiver, one of the most underrated ones of his entire generation. With the Pittsburgh Steelers trailing the Arizona Cardinals by 3 points in the dying minutes of Super Bowl 43, Ben Roethlisberger engineered a remarkable drive. In a defining moment, Roethlisberger unleashed a perfectly placed pass to Santonio Holmes in the back corner of the end zone. Holmes, in tight coverage, leaped and made an outrageous game-winning grab, tiptoeing in the back of the end zone like a ballerina. The catch secured a record-breaking 6th Vince Lombardi trophy for the Steelers, leaving Cardinal fans heartbroken. While Holmes was making crazy finesse plays with his feet, this next stud was stampeding over players like a rabid bull in Pamplona. During the 2010 playoffs, Marshawn Lynch executed a run like he was a human freight train, plowing through defenders like they were just tiny speed bumps on his way to the end zone. The run, which covered 67 yards, ended with Marshawn Lynch diving into the end zone while grabbing his crotch like a superhero, signaling, "This is where I keep my beast mode powers." The crowd celebration was so intense that it registered as seismic activity in the area surrounding the stadium. This unforgettable play, known as the Beastquake touchdown, marked a turning point for the Seattle Seahawks franchise. The Seahawks went on to grow into the best team in the entire NFL, winning Super Bowl 48 and then earning another opportunity the following season as well. Super Bowl 49 between the Seahawks and Patriots had one of the craziest endings ever. Trailing 28-24, the Seahawks were on the verge of capturing back-to-back championships as they marched towards the end zone. A miraculous catch by Jermaine Kearse set the stage for a dramatic finish. However, it was undrafted rookie Malcolm Butler who emerged from obscurity to seize the spotlight. As Russell Wilson targeted Ricardo Lockett on a slant for the potential game-winning score, Butler read the play, leaped in front, and snatched the interception at the goal line. The Patriots secured their 4th Super Bowl title, while the boneheaded decision by Coach Pete Carroll to pass instead of giving the ball to Marshawn Lynch will forever be questioned. The last minute of games always makes for the craziest moments. And up next is another example of that. The 2017 NFC playoffs witnessed the Minneapolis Miracle. The Minnesota Vikings, no strangers to playoff heartbreak, found themselves in a stunning turn of events. After surrendering a 17-point lead, they trailed the New Orleans Saints 24-23 with 25 seconds remaining. As the clock ticked down, quarterback Case Keenum launched a desperate 27-yard pass to Stephon Diggs near the sideline. But Diggs had different intentions. With incredible agility, he eluded a defender like a magician on roller skates, staying in bounds and eventually sprinting into the end zone, propelling the Vikings to a crazy 29-24 victory. Speaking of comebacks, this next one goes down in the history books as the craziest of all time. In a Super Bowl for the ages, the New England Patriots found themselves down 28-3 against the Atlanta Falcons in the 4th quarter. The game seemed out of reach, but the Patriots, led by Tom Brady, mounted an extraordinary comeback. With time ticking away, Julian Edelman made a catch that was so improbable, even gravity was like, wait, did that really happen? Defying all odds, he secured the ball inches above the turf. This breathtaking play served as a catalyst for the Patriots' resurgence. They rallied, scoring 25 unanswered points to force overtime. And in the ultimate display of perseverance, James White stretched the ball across the goal line, sealing a remarkable victory. Just remember, boys and girls, never bet against the Patriots. Playing in the Super Bowl has got to be stressful. I mean, the pressure of the world watching me would probably make me sick. But nobody knows pressure quite like a kicker. Just ask Cody Parkey. In the 2018 NFC playoffs, with just 56 seconds remaining, the Philadelphia Eagles held a slim 16-15 lead over the Chicago Bears. However, the Bears put together a drive, positioning themselves for a 43-yard field goal attempt with only 10 seconds left on the clock to win the game. But then Cody Parkey kicked the ball, which bounced around more than a pinball machine. The ball sailed towards the goalpost, doinking the left upright and then doinking again off the crossbar before falling to the ground. Broadcaster Chris Collinsworth labeled it the double doink, leaving viewers and fans stunned as the Bears were eliminated from playoff contention.
The Bears' season's going to end on a double doink.
And if you think that play was crazy, just wait for what we have at number 1. Because this next play might have been the most epic trick play of all time. In Super Bowl 52, the Philadelphia Eagles orchestrated a crazy dubbed the Philly Special. With just 38 seconds remaining in the first half and facing a crucial 4th and goal situation, backup quarterback Nick Foles, who had stepped up magnificently in place of the injured Carson Wentz, became an unlikely receiver. As the play unfolded, running back Corey Clement took the snap, delivered a pitch to tight end Trey Burton, who then found a wide open Foles in the right side of the end zone. The play was sneakier than a ninja squirrel, and it worked like a charm. The trick play propelled the Eagles to a 22-12 halftime lead, setting the stage for their remarkable 41-33 triumph over the New England Patriots. There you have it! Those were the 20 craziest NFL moments. If you liked this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Also, check out this next video currently up on your screen to keep watching our NFL-related content.